So nice deep breaths. You can do this with your eyes closed, great, or just gently open. And just pay attention to how the air comes in through the nose or mouth, depends on your breathing apparatus, I'll call it. And you want to really try to focus, just imagine those lungs filling up, pressing the rib cage out, particularly through the back, and then down. And then as it comes out, bring it out through the mouth or the nose. Just a little fact here is that when you breathe through the nose, mostly that's stimulating your your sympathetic, excuse me. Did I have to say that right? Your calming method, calming nervous system. I believe I just said that. And then as you exhale, breathe through the nose or mouth, preferably the nose, just to get that calming activity there in the brain. And the reason I kind of say that is that I have several people in my life that I know have deviated septums. They actually can't breathe through their nose very well. It often leads to snoring and a little bit of sleep apnea. Not so great. So getting that fixed is very beneficial. Allergies sometimes clog people up. Okay, so as you breathe in, notice if you feel any tension anywhere. Maybe it's internally around the organs. Maybe it's in the shoulders. Maybe it's in your lower back. And then bring your attention to your feet. How are your feet hitting the floor? How does the floor meet your feet? You have more weight on one part of your foot than the other, or feet. And then nice deep breath in, exhale, open your eyes. Go ahead, and if they're not already open, and then just hang over from the hip joints, keeping the legs straight. Some of you hanging over is not something you want to do, so that's kind of your test. Okay, come back up, and then standing straight with the feet straight, squeeze and release your glutes. Okay, so as you squeeze and release your glutes, relax your abs. Okay, if it's really hard to do this, first try going left to right with each glute, left, right. Sometimes that'll turn on the firing of the glutes. That doesn't kind of work. You can turn your feet outward, okay? So just squeeze and release, squeeze, release. So you're just doing one of the grocery line exercises, or standing around at a cocktail party, anything like that. Good. Okay, so now cross crawling. So just left to right, wake up that brain. Get things coordinated. Nice. Another beautiful day. Okay, so testing the balance. I'm going to do it this way, but also to make it be an exercise. So standing on your left leg, kick out your right ankle forward. Okay, flex the ankle, tighten the thigh, and then lift up your leg. Now, don't hold on to anything, okay? So even if you do this for 10 seconds, right? Like, oops, just touch back down, go right back into it. The more you do this, usually the better you get. So I encourage you to just practice this. Again, not holding on to anything outside of the air around you, okay? And just keeping that nice, calm, present, maybe putting your eyesight on one spot. Okay, switch sides. That was about 30 seconds, actually more than that. And then again, other side, or switch. And just notice, what's the balance like? Do you have to touch down? What is it? It's okay not to hold anything and not to have very good balance right now. The more you do something, usually the better you get at it. And that goes both directions. Things you don't want to do or get better at. Like, I don't know, eating too many cookies or something. Okay, there's 30 seconds. Nice. Now, let's see, anatomy in motion. Let's step back on the right, reach to the left, step forward. Back on the right, reach to the left, step forward. So as I step back, I'm turning my right foot out a little bit to accommodate the hip joint and the knee. And I'm really keeping that front leg straight. So in essence, I'm hooking my heel into the floor and stepping away from that foot. Here's 3 more. 1. Keeping the upper body straight. 2. And 3. Okay, other side. Step back on the left, reach to the right, or whichever the other is for you. 2. 3. Notice the difference. Left to right. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. So we're stimulating that front to neutral pelvis. 9. Let's just do one more for the heck of it. Okay, I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm going to step out to the right, turning my right foot to the left, reaching and stepping back in. So as I step out to the side, I'm going to just twist on that heel with the ankle flexed on the left side. 5. Okay, 5 more. 1. 2. And the upper body nice and straight. 3. 4. And 1 more. There's 5, but really 10. Okay, step out to the left, reach to the right. 1, 2. And sometimes you'll notice you'll feel a little disoriented doing one side or the other. Okay, so that's the other part of this, is that you're really getting the nervous system and the brain to coordinate with every part of your body. And just 1 more. Okay, and then let's go to spaghetti arms. So you're going to bring your feet out a little bit wider than pelvic width, turn the feet out, bend the knees. I'm going to turn sideways and just let your arms swing. Kind of wake yourself up. Really feel your feet grounded through the floor. Imagine it going right into the earth, and you've got a nice stable base and foundation that way. Spine's turning. Head goes with that turn. And just get that nice swinging going. Good. Okay. Nice. Let's do chest openers. So I'm going to take the computer right to the wall, and you're going to put your hand right out on the wall across from your shoulder joint and just turn the arm in the socket, keeping your feet straight. So be mindful your body is right, sideways to the wall, standing up tall. Front to back. Good. Okay, and switch sides. Front to back. Notice the difference again, left to right. Really press your hand into the wall, opening up the muscles in your hand. Okay, switch sides again. But keep going. I'm just going to put the camera back here. Oh, almost dropped the computer. That was good. Okay, so we can finish this off. Okay, switch sides again. Okay, keep going. Press that hand into the wall, standing up nice and tall. Okay, so now if you have a wall, or you can just do a pretend wall, stand against it. I'm gonna have you scrunch the ends of your fingers into that karate chop position with the hands, and then elbow curls. So you're just gonna hinge your knuckles right on your temples, rotating front to back, okay? Let those elbows drop right in front of the chest. Very relaxed. basically that arm is hanging in the socket. Front to back. Making those shoulder blades go for the ride, your wings, kind of scrubbing your back, forward and back. Okay, good. Now drop the arms. And again, if you're against a wall, great. If not, just pretend. Now what you're gonna do is bring your shoulders up to your ears, turn your palms forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and now like you have a walnut between your shoulder blades. Now slide your shoulders blades down the wall. Okay, now hold it and squeeze in. All right, so as you're squeezing, you're just gonna hold that, and the mid back is what does the work here. Slide your shoulder blades up and down the wall, just like you're sanding the wall with your shoulder blades. Okay, up and down. Up and down, just really get those shoulder blades to do the work. And of course, if you're not against a wall, you're just really focusing on the shoulder blades, moving up and down, even more. With the wall, you have that nice feedback. So a couple more, 1, 2, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna move the camera back here. We're gonna do some arm circles standing. Okay, so here we go. The ends of your knuckles scrunched, thumbs pointing forward, rotate the arms forward. Your hands are going around about the size of a pomelo or a basketball, probably what I should say. Really is kind of that big. And it's a quick motion because you want to keep the arm bone, the humerus, in the socket, okay, and very secure. Just rotating around. Okay, now flip the palms up, go back up and over. Back up and over. Good. Okay, relax the arms down. Take your strap. The strap is going to go over both feet above your knees while you're standing. So we're going to use the strap in a couple different positions, maybe even more than a couple. Okay, so you have to tighten it down so that it allows your feet to still be about hip width apart. Now, as you stand up straight, straighten out the side of your feet and press out on the strap. So I'm just going to have you hold this because some people are still getting into it, and just hold it steady. So it's not a huge, strong motion. It's just a pressing out until you kind of feel that work come up the side of your leg to your sides of your pelvis, maybe even your glutes, lower glutes, just kind of getting into your hamstrings, stabilizing the pelvis here in a standing position. Just press out. And now release a little bit and then press again. So you're pressing out, and you do have this strap in a position along with your feet positioned correctly. So you don't feel any major twinging in your knee. Some of you with meniscus or things like that are floating around, it's kind of one of those picky positional ones. It's like whatever's under my foot is bugging me. Okay, so push out, release, push out, release. So it's kind of medium pressure, not huge, enough to feel it up the side of your legs. Okay, so let's go for 6 more. 1, 2, and you're going to hold it on the 6th one. There's 4, 5, and now hold it again. Bring your arms up out in front of you, and then reach up like you had a giant beach ball between your hands. Just pressing out. And by the way, if your elbows bend on the way up, stop there, okay? So you only want to go up as high as your elbows will stay straight, because your elbows bending, apart from having a broken arm, okay, are an indicator of that upper back being tight. So just want you to be moving in only the range that really allows you to get the best complete movement in the upper back. So pressing out, and then relax the arms down, and then let your arms just hang and roll the shoulders forward. So really get the shoulder blades to do the work here. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, and now backwards. Really feel the shoulder blades kind of push against your rib cage, okay? Really scrubbing that rib cage. So it's kind of a natural thing that as you roll back, your palms turn forward for a moment there. Okay, 2 more. Good, and now forward again. 6, 7, 8, still pushing out in the strap. 9, 10, now backwards again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're gonna use a chair. I'm gonna pull it over, and you're gonna keep that strap on, click, and go to the edge of the chair if you can, or whatever you're sitting on. Okay, so my ankles are right under my knees. I'm gonna sit up as tall as I can. So think of sitting up on top of your sits bone. So it's almost like a little pokey feeling into the chair. The harder the chair is, the more you're gonna feel that. And sort of roll the pelvis forward as your spine gets taller and longer, okay? So basically what this does is I'm gonna exaggerate. So if you just slouch, like you're just tucking your butt under and you let your head go forward, your shoulders and everything. And now start to sit up really tall, push out on the strap, and then feel your pelvic bones actually move, right? They're actually moving around your hip joint, and they're making more space. Your pelvis is, as you do this, as you roll the pelvis forward and you lengthen your spine, you make more space in the lower back. Okay, so it's a little bit counterintuitive because most people think about, oh, if I throw by the way, you're still pushing out in the strap. If I put this roll or this arch in my back, am I actually impinging the vertebrae there? It's like, no, if you can move the pelvis forward. So if somebody's stuck, there's a problem, then you're not going to roll forward as much because you can't. Okay, enough of talking. All right, take your right hand, put it on top of the right shoulder joint. I'm going to turn myself forward a little bit. Now grab underneath the elbow. The thumb is bracing the inside of that forearm, and then keep the pressure on the forearm with the thumb so you can push that hand down your shoulder blade. Okay, so you're pushing down the shoulder blade. Nice deep breaths. So some of you will not be up as high as I'm pushing due to shoulder issues. So just, respect the shoulder joint. Don't force it. Nice deep breaths. Pushing that hand down. Wiggling the toes a little bit. Pressing out. So you should feel this quite a bit through your glutes, up the side of your legs as you press out on the strap. And then as your hand actually goes down that shoulder blade, it's increasing that whole chain of connection, upper back to hips. Okay, other side. Really rotate that forearm out, push the hand down the shoulder blade, press out on the strap. Nice deep breath. You want to test how your neck is feeling, turning the head left to right, and then to do that on the other side. Nice deep breaths. Oh yeah. So the goal here is that you feel it in the side body, kind of under the shoulder blade, and not as much in the tricep as your upper back gets more loose, okay, or functional. Okay, relax out of that. Now, take the strap off, and I'm going to probably move the camera here a little bit because I want you to see my feet, my knee and my feet. So we're going to do what you call isolated hip flexor lifts. All right. And I'm going to go to the edge of the chair. So you're just going to see my legs here. I'm gonna come up on the ball of my left foot. So the heel is pulled off the floor. It's like I have a high heel on this side. I'm sitting up really nice and tall, even rolling the pelvis forward. This right leg is completely relaxed. I'm gonna lift and lower that leg. So notice that my leg, the right angles are staying there, and I'm just lifting from the hip joint. So my quad begins to really work. So I'm not losing that sitting up tall position, rolling the hips forward, lift and lower. So I want those psoas. We're actually getting the iliacus, the psoas, the quads to fire. Okay, so lots of hip stability here. Up and down, up and down. Okay, so you should hopefully be burning by now. Okay, relax that foot down. Now you're gonna come up onto the ball of the right foot. The left foot's really relaxed. So it's often the case that people, because you've had your heel off the floor on the left earlier, that you'll keep doing that. So notice how my foot's totally relaxed. I'm just lifting and lowering. I'm not kicking my leg out. I'm just lifting right from the hip joint. So this should really start to feel like quite a bit of work. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Okay, switch sides again, up and down. I'm on the ball of the left foot. My right foot's really relaxed. Up and down. Up, down. You guys having fun yet? Okay, switch sides again. So now I'm going to go up on the right ball of the foot, relaxing the left foot, lift and lower that left leg. And notice my foot is only coming up off the floor about 4 inches. It's not super high. And I'm just touching right back down. So there's no time to rest here. Okay, couple more. Good. All right, relax out of that. Take your right ankle and place it on your left thigh. Notice that my ankle bone's all the way on the other side of that thigh. And just push that right knee down with your hip muscles, not your hands. So I know I'm headless horseman right now. Just want you to see this. Something a little different. Pushing, sitting up real tall. Okay, and let's switch to the other side. So it's kind of a sitting position, testing, you know, tightness, soreness, whatever might be going on. Sitting really tall. Pushing down with your hip muscles. Okay. Okay, so now both feet hip width apart, grab underneath your your legs. So you're gonna grab your elbows, let your head drop. And then now I'm gonna widen my feet enough, or my legs, to push out and release against my arms, like I'm just creating a strap for my arms, strap for my legs with my arms. So press out, release, press out, release. Head drop. Just a couple more. This one I find pretty effective. Okay, where you can really feel it up your legs. So I'm going to move the camera again, and then I'm going to have you go into a kneeling position if you can, and do what I call a kneeling counter stretch, or a kneeling chair stretch. Okay. And so some of you may need to remedy this in some way, so because of your shoulders. So I'm going to cross my arms on the chair or couch. I'm going to lengthen, pull my knees back, drop my chest towards the floor, and let my chest, my shoulder blades open up, my chest open up. And if this does not feel good, sometimes you have to go on a much wider area to put your arms out wide. If that still doesn't work, you can go into that extended child's pose. Okay, so your choice. And I am going to follow this with an extended child's pose. And I just keep my neck straight. I don't really drop my head on this one. And again, shoulder, if the shoulder really is impinged, this is kind of harder to do. Okay, so come out of that. I'm gonna move the chair out of the way, go into an extended child's pose. Just like this. Arms are out straight. You can, if you need to bend your elbows because of the shoulder, or a shoulder or both shoulders, kind of pin your elbows into the floor and then try to pull your chest back towards your knees. Nice deep breaths. Good. Okay. So let's go into a hand leg opposite block. You guys that cannot do that right now, static back. That's where your legs are up over a chair or couch or whatever. I'm just gonna mute somebody here. Okay, good. So hand leg opposite is looking like this. You can either use the basket blocks, some of you have those, or the yoga blocks. Yoga blocks are a little bit harder, not as comfortable. So you'll notice the block is right under my knee. Let the leg drop, and then your opposite arm, just the forearm, goes over that pillow or block. You might need a lower block than I've got, or actually no block. So it depends again on the shoulders. I'm going to time this and we'll go for about 2 minutes. So I love to have you lengthen in this exercise where you're kind of pulling up as you get into this, so that you're doing a cobra, right? Stretching those abdominals. Think of pulling your torso off your pelvis. Not a very good image, is it? Okay, just lengthening. Nice deep breaths, and then just relax here. It's best if your forehead's balanced on the ground with your chin tucked, okay? Rather than having the head turned one direction or the other, okay? And the reason for that is just that keeps the muscles straight off the spine, your neck, that includes your neck, to your shoulder blades and your chest. And just kind of throughout the exercise, once in a while, you could do that stretching again. It's sort of, and some people, you're not called to do the stretching. So I just like to get that psoas and the iliacus to really lengthen the quads, all of that, all of everything. About 40 more seconds. Okay, bend the knee that's on the block. Okay, so a little pressure down on the block. You can do this also on the floor without the block. Flex the ankle and then rotate the leg left to right. So left to right, as much as you like. Just getting a nice stretch in there, the hip joint. Good. Now drop the leg down again on the block, okay? And then bring the opposite leg out to the side into that commando crawl stretch. I am going to turn so you can see this, okay? And I'm going to continue to keep that other block there. So get the hand leg opposite block going, just bringing that right leg. I had the pillow under my left knee, or do have it. I'm pulling the right knee out, reaching that right knee away from my hip joint, tuck the butt under, and try to press your knee and ankle into the floor, sort of trying to get that groin down to the floor. Okay, let's switch. Maybe I'll do head on this way. Just a little angle. What did I just do? So now I'm putting it under the other leg, the other arm, reaching, a nice stretch through your whole body. Drop down. It's so neat. I'm finally hearing some birds, more birds lately. Songbirds, that is. Okay, bend the knee on the block, a little pressure down, rotate left to right. So I think I did this side. Okay, let that leg drop down, bring the leg out to the opposite from the block that's under the knee, that leg that doesn't have a block under the knee, reach the knee out to the side at right angles. That thigh, tuck your butt under, push that knee and ankle into the floor. Good. Okay, relax out of that. Let's do a floor block. So both blocks are going to come up a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and just the forearms and the hands are on the block. You can do this just on the floor too. You do not need to use blocks, especially if the shoulders are bugging you. And then you're going to do that grip with your fingertips. Turn the arms outward, tuck your chin. Lengthen your body, relax your heels out so your butt's relaxed. Nice deep breaths. Basically going about a minute in each position. I like to put a little pressure down on the block as well. Okay, bring your arms out to a Y position. Re-engage the ends of your knuckles. Turn the arms back from the shoulder joints, okay? Now in this one, lengthen the body again, and then now try to pull your shoulder blades together and down, okay? Relax your butt, tuck your chin, reach through the knuckles. Can wiggle around a little bit. Be very aware that your shoulder blades are, kind of pulling down your back a bit, but not bumped way up into your ears, right? So you're trying to flatten the shoulder blades to your rib cage and pull them down while you reach through the knuckles. Okay, come out to a T position. Re-engage your hands, rotate those arms back, lengthen the body, pull the shoulder blades back and down your back. Okay. Lengthen, relax the butt, even though you could curl your toes under, kind of wiggle yourself longer. That should help you feel the exercise under the shoulder blades more. Pull those shoulder blades back and down. You got about 8 seconds. Good. Okay. Relax out of that. Get the blocks out of the way. Take your hands under your forehead as support. Then both knees, pull the knees apart, put the soles of the feet together, and then press release the soles of your feet. So press release, press release. So as you press the feet together, in fact, push your feet together and just hold it. And just feel that work going up your legs to your groin and maybe your glutes a little bit, your hamstrings, and then release. So press and release. So the result of pressing the feet together makes those glutes fire. Press, release. Press and release. Press, release. Press, release. Good. Okay, let's come out of that. Go over on your back. Let's do a hip lift, or for some of you, it's just going to be an assisted hip lift. I shouldn't say just, it just is. It is what it is. Okay, left ankle on the right knee. Okay, arms are out to the side, palms up, so you're not using your hands here. Press that left knee away from your chest, or if you want to think of it as down. Now, if you can push your knee out pretty far, go ahead and lift the right foot off the floor so that lower leg is parallel to the floor. Make sure that as you pull that right thigh up and you're pushing the left knee away, that this left knee isn't coming into your chest a whole lot, because if it is, it would be better for you to keep your right foot on the floor. Okay, and just work on that rotation. Relax the upper body, relax your neck, face. Get about 25 more seconds. Okay, relax out of that. Let's go to the other side. First, put that right ankle on the left knee, ankle bone all the way on the other side of that thigh. Press the knee away. Notice whatever rotation you've got in the hip joint, and then go ahead and lift the foot off the floor if you can really push this right knee out. Okay. Nice deep breaths. So you're moving the joints here in a sort of stretch, if you will, but you're also strengthening. And because you're not using your hands, you're getting that coordination between the joints as well. So there you have it. Push and pull. About 15 seconds left. Okay, drop the foot down. Now, left leg goes out straight, flex that ankle, keep the thigh tight, grab underneath the right knee. So ankle circles, 20, okay? We're gonna do each direction. There's 3, 4, and then we'll do a point flex. 7, 8, 9, 10, just the ankle. 11, take your time. 12, 13, people love to rush this one. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, point and flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, right leg goes out straight, grab underneath the left. Keep this right leg engaged, okay? Big circles on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Point and flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, bend both knees. Squeeze and release your glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to 35, 6, 7. No abdominals here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Just take a minute to lengthen your back. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, take your block, put it between your knees, and just squeeze and release that block. 1, 2, 3. No abs. Don't move your pelvis. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Okay, squeeze the block, interlace your hands under your head, like really interlace. So your head's really supported. Elbows back. You guys that need to adjust this with your elbows forward, you know who you are. Look back behind you, okay? So I'm tipping my head. I'm going to come up into a crunch, okay? Hold it up here, okay? So look back behind you while you're holding it. So I've got my elbows and are equal to my ears, the level of my ears. So I'm lifting up, hold it up, and then come back down. Up, down. Make sure you're breathing. 3, up and down. 4, slow though. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go for 30, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, bring your feet off the floor into a tabletop. Bring your arms out to the side, palms up, squeeze that block, and then rotate left to right as far as you can, but with lots of control. Okay, come to a standstill, do a circle with your knees. So the more the circle's kind of below your belly button, the harder you have to work your abdominals, okay? So it's kind of like you're rolling around really on the back of your pelvis and then extending the knees, that juncture of the pillow, a little bit lower to get more work. Go the other direction. And of course, if your lower back is a little unstable for some reason, you may make that circle a little smaller. Good. Okay, bring the feet back down onto the floor. Take the block out. Let's bring the strap up over your knees. And then we're going to do diagonal abdominals, okay? So make this strap so that it's about a fist width apart, or fist width or hip width. That's where the hip joint is. I'm going to turn a little bit sideways here and then interlace the hands under the head. So you really are creating a nice secure basket for your head. And then left to right. So we're going to call a left and down and a right, 1. And here we go. 1, 2. I'm sorry. Left, right, 3, left, right, 4. Pushing out on the strap the entire time. Right, 5, left, right, 6. We're going to go to 20, left, right, 7, left, right, 8, left, right, 9, left, right, 10, left, right, 11, left, right, 12, left, right, 13, left, right, 14, left, right, 15, left, right, 16, left, right, 17, left, right, 18, left, and right, 19, left, right, 20. Okay, so now take the block. It's going to go between your feet. If you've got the yoga block, it goes the medium direction. The Egoscue blocks, it's the narrow. Okay, that's about the equal amount of distance, 6 inches. Okay, press out on the strap, in on the block with the feet flat, and then release. So you press out, push in, basically just think of just your legs working. Okay, so I press out on the strap, in on the block, release. I'm not moving my pelvis, so therefore I'm not using my abs to do this. Okay, so if I press out, I'm pushing in on the block, releasing. Press out and in, release. Out, in, release. I'm going to just time this instead of count. Okay, pressing in and out, release. Press out, in, release. In and out, release. In and out and release. So you're really driving this work in up through the legs, okay, from the ankles all the way up through the knees, the thighs, to your hip joints. You may feel this in your glutes, the side of your hips, right? Press out, push in, release, and then of course we're going to switch it in about 8 seconds. Push out, press in, release. Push out, press in, release. So, okay, switch it. You're going to take the strap down at your ankles, tighten it a little bit so it accommodates the size of the block. I should show you this with this in case. Okay, so this is if you're using the yoga block. It's a medium direction. Press in on the block, out on the strap. I'm leading with my heels and then release. So press in, push out, release. In, out, release, in, out, and release. So go for a minute. You just want to, again, get that your own rhythm, but not too quick, not too slow, just right. So you really drive that work up through the legs, further up as high as you can in the chain without moving, chain of muscle that is, without moving your pelvis. around. In and out. In and out. Okay, nice. Okay, relax out of that. Let's see what our time is. Oh my gosh, amazing. Let's do a hip crossover. So left ankle on the right thigh. Okay, press that left knee out and then twist over to the right. If you need to block the foot in the leg, go for it. Open the arms up, chest open, looking to the left, pushing that left knee away. Nice deep breaths here. Lengthen your back if you need to. So I'm gonna do a little bit shorter amount of time here. For you guys that can't do this one, you could do any number of other exercises that you know. There, how's that for an answer? For a suggestion, I mean. Nothing specific. Okay, almost there. You can reach your arms over your head, just get a feel for hip to upper back. Okay, twist back up and then switch sides. So my right ankle is going on the left knee, twisting over. Make sure this right knee can push out without a lot of stress, okay, to your back or your hip joint. If it is, you can block that side, the left side. You can reach your arms over your head, just get a nice big pull. Almost there. And now twist back up the same way you went over. And let's go over on your hands and knees into cats and dogs. Okay, so make sure your arms are a little bit wider than your shoulder joints, and that you're looking like kind of a table or a box, not too squanched up with your hands too close to your knees, right? Up into that Halloween cat or raccoon, and then keep the arms straight, press the shoulder blades together, and then let your lower back arch or your head look up. So it's a lot about that upper back in general. Pressing up and down. When you go up into that raccoon or Halloween cat, your shoulder blades come away from each other. When you go down, the shoulder blades are coming in towards each other, the chest dropping, and then it's just a natural curve down to that lower back. But it's all in relation to how much your upper back is moving or able to move. Up and down, arms are straight, open up the muscles of your hands. Some of you have to do this on your fists if it hurts your wrists. Others can actually hold weights, hold a weight because it keeps your hands off the floor. So it would look like this. I'm just going to show you really quick. These are big weights, but you know, you'd be here and you're going to go. That sometimes helps the wrist for some people. Okay, now move the hands forward 6 inches. So you have a slope between the shoulder joint and your wrist. Lean forward, keep the arms straight, press the shoulder blades together and let your head drop. Shake your head out. Let the shoulder blades really come together. Even slide them down your back with your elbows straight, arms very straight, head dropped. Don't lean forward too much because you don't want to be unstable. The hip joint's only about 6 inches in front of your knees. Okay, good. Relax out of that. And then let's go into our air bench, okay? So I'm going to put the camera over here so I can get into my air bench. Joink, like so. All right. And then walk your feet out so that you can go down into about right angles. Now remember, if you're new at this or it's hard, you don't have to be all the way down there, okay? You can go up and down the wall. I'm gonna just go up a little bit here until you get stronger and can, come down into that right angle position. So air bench, or what people think of as their ski strengthening exercise. My lower back's flattened into the wall. My weight's in the heels. Ankles and knees are stacked over each other. Okay. That timer on. You want to challenge yourself more or be distracted, you can put your arms out like this or put a block between your knees or a strap around your knees. One more minute. There we go. Weight in the heels, flat lower back. Wiggle the toes. Nice deep breaths, a little meditation here. Focusing on how you're going to make your day a really good one, positive, whatever's going on. Something you feel good about. So we have about 15 seconds. If you want to lift your toes off the ground to really make it hard, that'll burn immediately. Wow. 3 seconds and done. Okay, nice. Come on out of that. And then let's test the hangover. Okay, just notice if that's better or worse. No kidding. Or it's the same. All right, so awesome. Thank you.